Picture this. The alarm clock rings, the phone lights up with notifications, and even before the feet touch the floor, the heart is already racing. Stress knocks at the door before the day has even begun. Many live like this every morning, pulled into chaos before they take their first breath. But imagine another morning. A quiet dawn. No rush. No noise. The air feels fresh, like a blank canvas, waiting for a brushstroke. In Buddhist teachings, the morning is not just the start of a day. It is the doorway to the mind. The way the day begins is the way life unfolds. If the morning is scattered, the hours ahead echo that same chaos. But if the morning is calm, even the heaviest tasks feel lighter. Buddhist wisdom says, master your mornings, and you master your mind. Master your mind, and you master your life. Simple words, yet powerful enough to reshape the rhythm of every day. And here's the truth most people overlook. Your morning is not just about routine, it's about intention. It's about planting seeds of stillness and clarity before the noise of the world can reach you. That first breath, that first thought, that first step. These are not small things. They are the silent architects of your destiny. So let me ask you, what if tomorrow, instead of rushing, there was stillness? What if instead of stress, there was space to breathe, to notice, to begin again? Stay with me, because in this video, I will share not just ideas, but living practices, rituals, rooted in Buddhist wisdom that can transform your mornings into a sacred foundation for peace and strength. And I promise, the final one is something even lifelong practitioners often miss. Before we dive in, if this message already speaks to your heart, I invite you to subscribe, leave a like, or share it with someone you love. That simple act is more than support. It's how this channel, Buddha Wisdom, spreads peace further into a world that deeply needs it. Now, let's step into the first light of morning and discover how a single choice at dawn can change the course of an entire life. 1. Breathe with awareness. Imagine this. The alarm hasn't rung yet. The world is still quiet. But instead of jumping out of bed, you pause. Before your eyes even open, you simply notice your breath. 1 inhale, 1 exhale, 3 deep breaths to begin the day. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Almost too simple. But in Buddhism, this is not just breathing, it's returning home. The breath is like an anchor. When the mind wants to wander into yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries, the breath gently pulls it back to this very moment. Most of us wake up already running in our minds, planning, worrying, scrolling through notifications before our feet even touch the floor. No wonder the day feels heavy before it even begins. The Buddha once said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. And the first thoughts of your day are the seeds that shape your hours ahead. So imagine starting not with stress, but with stillness. With 3 conscious breaths, you tell your body, I am here. You tell your mind, I am safe. You tell your heart, I am ready. Think of it like this. Every morning is a blank canvas. If you pick up the brush with shaky hands, the whole picture becomes messy. But if you begin with steadiness, even the smallest strokes carry beauty. That steadiness begins with breath. Here's how you can try it tomorrow morning. When you wake up, don't reach for your phone. Don't rush to stand up. Just place one hand on your chest, the other on your belly. Inhale slowly. Feel the chest rise. Exhale gently. Notice the air leaving your body. Do it again. 3 breaths. That's all. It may feel small, But small things repeated daily become powerful. Over time, this practice rewires your mornings. Instead of reacting to life, you begin responding with clarity. Instead of being pulled by the noise outside, you start from the quiet inside. Breathing with awareness is not just a ritual, it's a reminder. A reminder that before the world asks anything from you, you can give yourself presence. And here's the truth: if you can master those first 3 breaths, you set the tone for everything that follows. The meetings, the challenges, even the unexpected stress. You carry a calmness that began in silence. So tomorrow, before you open your eyes, don't think of the to-do list. Don't think of yesterday. Just breathe. 3 breaths. That is the first gift of the day. Because when you master your breath, you begin to master your mind. And when you master your mind, life itself begins to change. 2. Practice gratitude. Now imagine this. You've taken those 3 deep breaths. The body feels a little lighter. The mind a little clearer. But before your feet even touch the floor, there's one more step. Gratitude. It may sound simple, but gratitude is like sunlight. It has the power to turn even the darkest corners bright. The Buddha once said, "Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little." Most people open their eyes and immediately think about what they don't have: the bills, the deadlines, the aches in the body, the things missing in life. And the more we focus on lack, the heavier our steps become. But imagine starting your day differently. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with my life?" you quietly whisper, "What's right?" Here's how it works. Before you sit up, think of 3 things you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be big. In fact, the smaller, the better. The warmth of the blanket that held you through the night. The breath that kept flowing, even while you slept. The gift of opening your eyes to another morning when many did not. Gratitude doesn't deny the struggles, it transforms how we hold them. When the heart is grateful, even a small cup of tea feels like abundance. Without gratitude, even a feast can feel empty. Think of your life like a garden. If you only see the weeds, you miss the flowers blooming right beside them. Gratitude is the act of noticing the flowers. And once you see them, you realize they were there all along. You might ask, "But what if my life is full of problems? How can I feel thankful then?" The answer is gentle. You don't need to be thankful for the problem itself, but you can be thankful for the strength you gain as you face it, for the lesson hidden inside it, for the chance to grow. So tomorrow morning, after those mindful breaths, let your first words not be complaints, but thank yous. Whisper them in your heart. 3 simple thank yous. They set the tone for your entire day. Because gratitude is not just about what you have, it's about how you see. And when you change the way you see, life itself begins to change. This is why the morning practice of gratitude is so powerful. It's not about ignoring what's missing. It's about magnifying what's already here. And when you do that, you step out of bed with a heart that feels full, not empty. So try it tomorrow morning. 3 breaths, 3 thank yous. That is how you rise not just from your bed, but from within yourself. 3. Mindful movement. After gratitude, the next step is to gently awaken the body. Picture this. A man in his 50s wakes up every morning with a heavy back and stiff shoulders. His first instinct is to grab his phone, scroll through emails, and sip coffee while slouching in a chair. By midday, he wonders why his energy feels drained, his mood unsettled, and his mind restless. Now imagine a different morning. Instead of rushing, he places his feet on the floor, stands up slowly, and stretches his arms toward the ceiling. He takes a few mindful steps, feeling the ground beneath him. Maybe it's yoga, maybe just a short walk outside with the sunrise. But in those moments, something changes. The body is no longer just moving, it is awakening. This is the practice of mindful movement. The Buddha taught that the body and mind are not separate. They mirror each other. When the body is tense, the mind grows restless. When the body is soft and open, the mind can rest in peace. Most of us think movement is only for exercise, burning calories, or staying fit. But in Buddhism, movement is also meditation. Every stretch, every step, every breath in rhythm with motion becomes a living prayer. Here's the key. Don't rush. Don't force. Move slowly enough to feel. When you raise your arm, notice the muscles lengthening. When you step forward, notice the heel touching the earth, then the toes. Let your breath guide each gesture, like music leading a dancer. Some people say, "But I don't have time in the morning." Yet, mindful movement doesn't need an hour. It can be just 2 minutes. Roll your shoulders, bend forward, and breathe. Open the window, take 3 steps with awareness, and notice how different the world looks. Think of your body as a temple. Every morning you sweep it clean with gentle motion, keeping it sacred for the day ahead. If the temple is neglected, the dust of stress and fatigue piles up. But when cared for, it becomes a place of light. So tomorrow, instead of rushing into the noise of the day, give your body this small gift. Move with awareness. Feel each motion. Let your breath and your body walk together. Because when the body awakens with mindfulness, the mind follows. And when both body and mind are in harmony, you carry a silent strength into the day that no chaos can shake. 4. Compassion meditation. There is a quiet power that comes when the heart softens. Imagine this. A woman sits at the edge of her bed, hands folded in her lap. She's tired, weighed down by memories of harsh words from a coworker the day before. Her chest feels tight, her mind restless. And yet, in that silence, she takes a slow breath and whispers not for herself, but for him. Asterisk, may you be happy, may you be free from suffering. Asterisk. This is compassion meditation. It may sound unusual at first. Why send kind thoughts to someone who hurt you? Why open your heart to a stranger you'll never meet? But here lies the paradox. The more you extend compassion outward, the more peace returns inward. The Buddha taught that hatred never ends by hatred. It ends by love. And compassion is the doorway to that love. Start simply. Begin with someone close to you. Picture their face. Breathe gently and say in your heart, asterisk, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be at peace, asterisk. Then expand the circle to a friend, to someone you barely know, and finally, even to the one you struggle with most. It doesn't mean excusing their actions. It doesn't mean you have to invite them back into your life. What it means is this. You choose not to let their shadow darken your heart. Think of it like pouring clear water into a glass of muddy water. Slowly, the murkiness fades. Compassion is that clear water. It purifies not just your relationships, but your own inner being. Some mornings, this practice may feel heavy. Old wounds may rise. Resistance may whisper, "Why should I care for them?" But notice how your heart feels after even 2 minutes of sending kindness. The tightness loosens, the breath softens, and suddenly, the world doesn't feel so harsh. When you cultivate compassion each morning, you don't just prepare yourself for the day. You become a wellspring of calm for others. The way you speak changes, the way you listen deepens. Even strangers sense the peace you carry. So tomorrow, before you step into the noise of life, sit for a moment. Close your eyes. Send out a wish for happiness, not just for you, but for all beings, near and far. Because when your heart opens in compassion, you don't just heal yourself. You become part of the healing of the world. 5. Set morning intention. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, and before you even check your phone, before the rush of the day pulls you away, you pause, you close your eyes, and you whisper to yourself a simple sentence. Asterisk. Today, I will live with kindness. Asterisk. That moment, it's like lighting a small candle in the dark. The world outside can be noisy, chaotic, sometimes even overwhelming. But that one spark of intention becomes a guiding flame. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't need to be a long prayer or a list of goals. Just one clear direction for your heart. Think about it. When a ship leaves the harbor, even the smallest shift in direction decides where it will end up. Your morning intention works the same way. It gently steers your mind, your words, and your actions, even when you're not aware of it. Without it, you're like a boat drifting in the storm, easily pushed around by anger, fear, or stress. With it, you move with clarity. You know where your heart is anchored. I remember a story from the Buddhist teaching. He said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become. And what you choose to think at the very beginning of the day, that becomes the soil where everything else grows." Let's be honest. Most of us start our mornings in a hurry. Coffee in one hand, phone in the other. Scrolling through emails, news, or social media before we even take a deep breath. And then we wonder why the whole day feels rushed, anxious, or heavy. But what if, just for a minute, you gave yourself the gift of intention? What if, instead of being pulled by the world, you decided how you wanted to show up in it? You could choose peace. You could choose patience. You could choose kindness. And here's the beautiful part. When you carry that intention in your heart, life responds. People feel it in the way you look at them. They hear it in the tone of your voice. It softens the sharp edges of the day. It turns small moments, like holding the door for a stranger, or smiling at someone who looks tired, into seeds of compassion. So tomorrow morning, before you step into the noise, try this. Close your eyes. Breathe in slowly, and choose one sentence that feels true to you. Something as simple as, "Today, I will be calm. Today, I will forgive." Or even, "Today, I will love myself." Carry it with you, like a lantern in your hand, and notice how, step by step, it lights the path in front of you. Because when your morning begins with clarity, the rest of your day flows with peace. 6. Sacred silence. Before the rush of the day begins, there is a gift waiting for you. It's not in your calendar. It's not in your to-do list. It's in the silence. Imagine this. You sit down, no phone, no tasks, no plans. Just your breath and the quiet. At first, it feels strange. Your mind wants to run, to solve, to plan. But if you stay, if you simply sit and listen, something shifts. This silence is not empty. It's alive. It's like sitting beside a calm lake at dawn. On the surface, everything looks still. But underneath, life is moving, flowing, nurturing. That stillness is where wisdom is born. The Buddha once said, "Silence is an answer." And in these few minutes of sacred stillness, you begin to hear what your busy life often drowns out: the beating of your own heart, the gentle rhythm of your breath, the quiet presence of life itself. I know it's not easy. Most mornings, the urge to jump into work is strong. The world tells you, asterisk, hurry, do, achieve. asterisk. But your soul whispers, asterisk. Wait, be, listen, asterisk. And when you listen, truly listen, something deep inside you begins to soften. The stress that felt heavy, the worries that crowded your mind, they begin to dissolve in the space of silence. Think of it like watering a tree. On the outside, nothing dramatic happens in those few moments. But beneath the surface, the roots are drinking, growing, becoming strong enough to face the storms. Your silence works the same way. It nourishes your roots, your inner strength, your clarity. So tomorrow, before emails, before the noise, sit for just 3 minutes. No effort, no goal, just presence. Feel your breath rise and fall. Feel the aliveness in your body, and let the silence hold you, like the earth holds the tree. Because when your day begins from that depth, you don't just move through life, you move through life with peace, with steadiness, with wisdom, and that changes everything. 7. Nourishing breakfast. Picture this. You sit down at the table in the morning. There's a plate of food in front of you. Maybe it's something simple, like a slice of bread, a bowl of fruit, or a warm cup of tea. But instead of rushing, instead of eating while scrolling through your phone or planning the next meeting in your head, you pause. You take a breath. You look at what's in front of you, and you remember, this food is not just fuel. It's a gift. A gift from the sun, from the rain, from the soil, from the hands that prepared it. The Buddha often reminded us, when we eat, we should simply eat, not with distraction, not with haste, because every bite is a chance to come back home to your body, to the present moment. Think of it like this. If you eat in a rush, with your mind scattered, you fill your stomach but starve your soul. But when you eat with awareness, you are not just feeding your body, you are nourishing your mind, your heart, your gratitude. I remember a woman I once met who changed her mornings by practicing mindful breakfast. She said at first it felt uncomfortable, her hands itched to reach for her phone, her mind raced with tasks. But slowly, as she learned to chew slowly, to really taste her food, she noticed something. She felt calmer. Her mornings weren't just busy hours, they became rituals of peace. She said, "For the first time in years, I didn't feel like I was chasing my day. My day began by nourishing me." And that's the key. When you treat breakfast as a ceremony of gratitude, even something as small as a sip of tea can ground you. It can remind you that life is not something to hurry through. It is something to savor. So tomorrow morning, before you let the noise pull you away, try this. Put away the screen. Take a slow breath. And with your first bite, silently say, "Thank you." Thank you for the food. Thank you for the moment. Thank you for the chance to begin again. Because when you eat with mindfulness, your breakfast is no longer ordinary. It becomes a sacred act, one that nourishes not just your body, but the very essence of who you are. Summary of key points and reflective lessons. So, let's bring it all together. Morning isn't just the start of the day. It's the foundation, the ground that carries everything that follows. And what you choose to do with those first quiet hours can shape your entire life. We've explored 7 simple rituals. The mindful breath that brings you back home. The gratitude that softens your heart. The gentle movement that awakens your body. The morning intention that lights your path. The compassion that extends your love to the world. The sacred silence that deepens your wisdom. And the mindful breakfast that nourishes not only your body, but your spirit. Each one seems small, almost ordinary, but practiced daily, they are like drops of water filling a vessel. Over time, they transform your mind, your heart, and the way you walk through this life. The lesson is simple. Treat each sunrise as a gift. When you begin your day with breath, with gratitude, with stillness, you don't just create a better morning. You create a better life. Now let me ask you, who in your life needs to hear this? A friend who rushes through every day? A loved one who feels tired before the day even begins? If someone came to mind, maybe share this video with them. It might be the reminder they need. And if today's message touched you, I'd love to know. Which ritual spoke to you the most? Was it the silence, the gratitude, or the simple act of eating with awareness? Share your reflections in the comments. I read each one with care. If this video brought you peace, don't forget to like, share, and gently subscribe to Buddha Wisdom so more teachings like this can find their way to you. Thank you for staying with me until the very end. May your mornings be filled with calm. May your days be steady and bright. And may your life continue to unfold with peace, one mindful sunrise at a time.